Okay. Hi, this is NTB Runner here. I mean, I've given myself that name because I got this camera. And because I got this camera, I feel the need to do something with this camera uh, rather than just admit it was a foolish spur of the moment purchase that should never have happened. But here we are. So we're pretending that this is the kind of thing we do. And I thought while we were doing it that I could at least show you my local park run. So this is the Lough Forest Park Run, and I'm aware of the battery life on the Insta360 Go 3S might cause me trouble because the first time I used it, it only lasted me 19 minutes, but I did have it on for a while before I shot anything. So I'm hoping that this will do the whole thing. The last time I tried it, it did cover my whole 5K, uh, but unfortunately I had the camera tilted up a bit too high, so it was mostly of the sky. But so I wasn't able to use that for anything, uh, and it wasn't at this park run. So the park run's about to start now. I'm always really nervous. I wish there was a more ordered. Uh, I wish there was like literal lines you could stand in that go, "This is the kind of time you expect to do. Stand here for this." Every time I come, I always feel like either I'm pushing my way in front or I somehow end up behind people pushing baby carriages and walking with toddlers, which is fine. They're really hard to get past, and you lose a lot of time. And when you're slow like me, you can't really afford to lose the time, and it just makes it look terrible. So this is the bit my anxiety peaks, where I'm going. I need to start not too far back. So here we go, and the stats are working. Yay! Pity GPS doesn't really work very well because of all the trees. So you'll see the pace will be all over the place. And literally the only thing when you look at your watch, your Garmin or whatever, the only useful thing you'll get out of it is your heart rate, which I do use from time to time. But I keep looking for pace because normally I can look for pace and it's fine, but not here. So no matter what the figures say there, my average for this ended up being this. The 447, 446 is my average pace for the entire thing. There's a lot of jitter, I think, on this thing. And I don't know quite what this is. This is on the free frame 2.7K. Uh, I don't know what FPS. I don't remember what FPS. Whatever. I don't think this setting is the right one to use for this. Uh, but now, one thing I have learned, it took a long time, about 6 or 7 park runs, is find people running about the pace you want to go at and try and stick with them. Because if you get stuck on your own, like it's fine, and I run like that normally out in the streets and so on, but it's just easier if there's people to follow. And so now my aim, my constant goal is to be following someone, or at least near someone, so that I can kind of keep track of where I am and not feel quite so isolated on these runs. Because around the 4th kilometer, as you know, 4th or 5th kilometer, well, I think they all say 4th kilometer, isn't it? When you just feel in the middle of nowhere and you're a bit tired, and it's a bit of a push to try to keep going. My park run PB has been irritating me for a while because my PB using GPS rather than on a measured course has been under 25 for a while, but my parkrun PB is over 25. And the last 3 parkruns I did, I kept beating my previous PB. It kept being in the 25s though, so that was frustrating. So today we're hoping to break 25, seeing as the GPS PB is around 23, 22 at the moment. which I'm actually quite pleased about, even though I still have some way to go to where I want to get. So I think the camera could have been used being tilted a little bit higher up for this. We can see the course a bit better, probably. Well, this isn't too bad. And this man's shirt says volunteer, so I think maybe I'll take that as he's volunteering to be my pacemaker. That'd be useful, wouldn't it? I should probably keep in touch with him. Not let him drift away from me as others pass me. Oh dear. Okay. Still, my heart rate. I'm going to not want to be over 150. I max out at like in the low 160s, and so I tend to be reluctant to go into the 150s as things stand at the moment. I'm not great for pushing myself that way. I mean, volunteer's still there. Maybe I can get back on in touch with my pacemaker, my unknowing pacemaker. Come on, I can do it. It's just there, just a few more. Yeah, I think I'm getting there. I think I'm catching up to him. Soothing, heavy breathing. Eliud Kipchoge is shaking his boots looking at my pace. Well, I tell you, he's not in front of me on this park run, so I'm fine. Yellow shirt's coming back to me. I'm in danger of latching onto him and not the volunteer, so focus on the volunteer. Come on. Catch up to the volunteer and he'll bring me into the pace I need. That's it. All I have to do is get on his heels and then stay with him. And I am confident that that will bring me a new PB on the park run. Something close to my current PB in real life. Maybe even better. Let's close that gap up. Oh, I think I'm doing it. Excellent. A true professional. That's what you like to see. You got someone to follow, and if for some reason they drop off the pace you want, you've got somebody ahead and somebody ahead of them and somebody ahead of them. Brilliant. The last thing you want to do is see an empty road ahead of you when you feel you need a pacemaker. We're still on Drummond's Island. Once we cross another bridge, we'll be off it. And back onto the main circuit. It is a circuit course, just one. There's no repetition. It's a full loop. Full loop is what I meant to say. The beauty of that is you cannot get lapped in this. I think that's something of vital importance to all of us. By all of us, I do, of course, mean me. As you see, the pace is varying wildly. 4:35 to 5:15, all without any change of effort or slope. Um, 143 heart rate's fine. I can keep going with that for a while. Now we're coming to the bridge. And for some reason, I tend to like to accelerate just because it's quite steep but short. So I like to accelerate up it and get it over with as quickly as possible. Because I always feel if I let it slow me down, then I kind of it'll slow the entirety of the run. We're probably a bit over 2k now because we can't really go by that. Here it is. Here it is. That's the end of the park walkers that are going past. Oh, okay. I'm leaving volunteer behind. It's unfortunate, but as long as I stick with blue shirt man, I really shouldn't call him blue shirt man, not an island. His shirt is blue, but blue shirts means something else. But at least I've got him to stick with. Just stick with him, and I'll be fine. Uh-oh. No, what am I doing? What am I doing? No, don't. Yes, yes, I do mean to hang on to. There's nobody ahead. You need a pacer. What are you doing? Oh, okay. This could be a problem. Find people running about the pace you want to go at and try and stick with them. I'm being a bit hard on myself, but appropriately so. It is idiocy to lose my pacers. I mean, I don't really understand what happened. There were other people ahead of these guys, but they must have gone so much faster than left. Oh, that's somebody, is it? No, those are just walkers. Oh dear. And so now my aim, my constant goal is to be following someone. Where's parkrun gone? Did, what do you see? That's independent. That is an independent spirit. That person's going. There's a parkrun on. I am not one of those people. I will go the other way. Quite right too. Fair play to her. Uh, that happened to me once when there was an actual race. I felt mortified. But that's me. There's nobody. There's nobody to see what's going on. Remember back in the day when I was saying how it was great because there were so many people up ahead, there would be somebody to follow no matter what? Oh well, never mind. Yeah, I sound like somebody who's going to be fully capable of staying self-motivated, right? Still, I fully expect that blue shirt man to pass me again. I thought it would be sooner. But again, I have no idea what my actual pace is. keep checking. Doesn't help. 145. So it's not like I'm making less effort anyway. It's something. Sorry. Just feeling a bit lonely on this course. Why did I have to leave my pacer, my volunteer pacer behind? If you're not grateful to the volunteers, well, they'll stop helping. That's what'll happen. That's why you need to thank the marshals and everything. Also, just because that's a nice thing to do. It shouldn't really be, or they'll stop doing it. Ooh, dog on a lead. I'm not quite sure what this judder is on the image. Is it the lighting? Is it just I picked a bad frame rate? Like, what is it? And don't say it's just the Matrix, although it could be. No, 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 no. It didn't look like this to my eyes. This only looks like this on camera. Plenty of people out walking, isn't there? And why not? It's a nice place to do it, and it's a nice dry morning to do it on. A dry mo a dry hour or two seems to be the best we can hope for this summer. And we're back to the soothing sounds of heavy breathing and footsteps in the woods with nobody in sight. I'm recording this on Audacity and hoping they'll find some way of attaching it to the video. I don't know if I will.
Thank you.
At least there's somebody behind me. I can hear that. Or Mr. Blue Shirt Man. Maybe he'll step in front and I can follow him again. That'll make me feel happier. A wooden bridge. In wet weather, it's always one to look out for in case it's slippy. Not bad today, though. Ah, Mr. Blue Shirt Man. Passing me. Excellent. Oh, it's not Mr. Blue Shirt Man. It's volunteer. The person I knew I should stick with all along. Well, now he's ahead of me. That'll be fine. I can just follow him. Um, Volunteer, your pacing is you're going a little bit fast for me right now. Heart rate's 147. Okay, I mean, maybe I can. No, you see, this is what happens. You don't appreciate them doing your pacing, and you leave them behind, and that they don't have to pace you anymore. And that's what he's doing. He's now running his own race, and quite right too. But that's not going to work for me, though, is it? 149. I really don't want to go into 150s. I'm sorry, Mr. Volunteer. I didn't mean to leave you behind before. It was just circumstances. I knew at the time I should have stuck with you. My efforts way up and he's still just pulling away. Come back, volunteer. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Thanks, Marshall.
Now is probably the time to show you that image of the course. That is not all of the course. Because the course goes on a little bit further. There should be more to it. And I don't know this now, like then, when I'm running here. Oh, 151. I'm gonna have to stop. I'm stopping to bring my heart rate down.
There's one heart rate coming down a bit. It's too high for me.
Okay, let's go. Try a bit slower. Now, I am second guessing that all the time now. I gotta go, maybe I should have just kept pushing because there's only about 500 meters to go. And surely I could have managed a heart rate in the 150s for that far. But that isn't what I did. And who knows, I was probably right. I'd rather pause for a moment or two just to get my heart rate under control than to blow up completely, you know? And yeah, see, this is the thing. We're so close to being finished now. So close. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, the battery on the camera is not going to make it. Which is a pity, because at the moment I'm on course for a parkrun PB for myself. Although giving the weird judder, I'm not sure it's actually that bad, I think. It's just a little bit further, and we would see where the finish is. But unfortunately, battery life will not allow that to happen. And any second now, just as we turn here, presumably.
Thanks, Marshall.
Yeah. And there we lose it, most unfortunately. So, I'm not really sure how this is going to work, uh, but I did finish. I did get a PB on the park run. Not quite my real life PB, but 23:51. At some point, I'll figure out how to grab in images and stuff like that, but I'm probably not going to do that for this. And yeah, that's unfortunately it. Um, I will do this again with different settings, and I hope I can produce a better video. You'll probably never see this. If you do, it's you can understand that I'm literally treating everybody with contempt by putting this up. But it's probably just a proof of concept. Don't worry about it. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry you didn't see the whole course, given that that was the entire point of this. Uh, but, you stuck with it, and thank you very much. Bye for now.